Buongiorno and welcome back to Koi Fish Johnny. Okay, I missed something, I shouldn't have missed it, I found it, and hopefully this might be able to help you. I know there have been other people, not mentioning any names, Koi Pond Lifestyle, Andy, that has had a similar issue to me. As we seem to have had, as pond keepers, a change in our water. Something different has been happening to our water that has made these a little bit less effective and has had a serious impact on my pond. So what I'm going to do is we're going to go through this video. I'm going to explain to you what happened, how I saw it, what I could have done better, sooner and more effectively to avoid this sort of situation. But it isn't, sorry, I've got a temperamental 3-year-old there kicking off. In fact, have a look at him. Dylan, do you want to say anything? Have you been grumpy? Oh, you're hard to handle, you, aren't you? Hey?
Hello!
Dilly Dino, the little rhino. Okay, so you can see how I'm handling there. He is on another level, that lad. Okay, second born. Drop a comment if you're second born, if you've got a second born, if you're lucky enough to have a second born, whether they are what they're like. Because mine is a challenge, would be the nicest way to put it. So back to the issue at hand. Okay, so we're talking about obviously chlorine, chloramide and things like that in your pond. It seems to be, and this is being presumptuous, but it seems to be quite a lot of koi keepers are struggling with chlorine and chloramide using the methods that we previously used. So first of all, let me tell you the story about how I came about this. As you know, in the video links below, I had an issue with my pipework in the spring at the back. I had to drop the pond and refill it, and that's what brought this to my attention. Okay, you're just gonna have to put up with a naughty little 3-year-old in the background, so we're just gonna live with that. And also, how cute, wink wink, does that little Hawaiian shirt look, baby? It is a beauty, so cute. Let me get it out. It's a little cutie, that one, isn't it? Wink wink, nudge nudge, there might be something in the description for the forthcoming videos. But yeah. Okay, so I dropped the pond water down. This video may be a bit chopped up because I'm having to handle the little fella there that's, to be honest, kicking my ass. Right, so what happened is I dropped the water went up, I had a deterioration in the way that the fish were sort of behaving. Immediately, we lost the Daitsu Platinum Ogon. Sorry, I'm having all sorts of issues, yeah? You're drooping on the camera, he's parading round, and I'm talking about a dead fish. Alright, so life's great. Back to the story at hand. So, we'd lost the white koi because he jumped out, but I neglected at this point to test, and I was told this, test the water, but I just thought I've got my trusted 3-stage dechlorinator, which is about there. And I'm not worried about that too much. I've never had an issue with it. I've never had a problem in the years I've been keeping it. That has stood up to the test of time. But, and there is always a but, there seems to be an adaptation in how we are receiving our water, how it's being treated. And let's face it, United Utilities' job isn't to make sure our koi pond is all right, it's to make sure we're all right. And because I'm not ill, I'm quite happy about that. But I would love to know just what's going on to our water before it gets to us and how we can adapt as koi keepers to make that water a little bit safer and avoid issues like this going forward. 1 second, got to deal with a mini drama. Okay, back from the mini drama, and he just wanted turning round. I've kicked him back the other way so he can parade himself through there, doing 2 jobs at once, recording while watching, supervising the child. So this is quite difficult for me. We had that Platinum Ogon jump out of the water, or the little fellow was winning. I just needed to drop my camera for a minute and encourage him into a better zone. All right, so hopefully that's worked, but I very much doubt it. So we go back to this now. We had the issue with the Daitsu Platinum Ogon, which I believe because the Daitsu, they're more susceptible to a parasite, and potentially the chlorine issue may have affected him earlier, being a little bit more vulnerable being a Daitsu. I don't know about that, but I definitely know it applies to like certain parasite issues and things like that. When the Platinum Ogon had died, over the following months, I saw a deterioration in the Shuro. Shuro is the black and white Gimring one, which is the wife's fish, which is an absolute specimen of beauty. But he deteriorated in behaviour, he deteriorated in his fins, and it resulted in him unbelievably jumping out of the pond onto the side. And he was flapping around for God knows how long. He must have been there for a long, long time on the grass, covered in sand and everything. And believe it or not, the little Dylan the villain that was here a minute ago kicking off, who is now safely with his mum, he spotted the fish through the bifolds, went and got his mum went and got the fish. I was out training, so she put the fish back in the pond, thought it was dead, and just waited for me to get home. It started swimming around again. So that fish, that Shuro, must have been literally on the edge, and I think it was the chlorine chloramide, and he was fighting that, because obviously his whole environment is contaminated by things they do not like, cannot handle. It is basically slowly melting them, and the methods of treating the water are now redundant and not being able to be used. So when I lost that Deutsche Platinum Ogon, I didn't think to check the water. I didn't further go again to test the water. Even though someone mentioned it in the comments, I just trusted the free stage, because I trusted it for a long time and thought it's trusted, tested, never let me down. Why would I be bothered? But I didn't know that United Utilities appear, and I say that lightly, appear to change some method in the way that they treat water. And obviously their aim is to make it safe for us, not to make it safe for the fish, but we need to adapt to make it safe for our fish, while they need to adapt to make it safe for us. And as life goes on, things improve and get better, and some things get worse, like the weather. I mean, working for United Utilities must be bang hard at the minute, because with the weather changes and the water going up, down, round and around and round and about, God knows what's happening. So that might explain a little bit why they're treating the water maybe a bit heavier, or using new chemicals, or is it new science that's come about, or is it other issues, pipework issues? I have no idea. I've literally just watched Andy at Koi Pond Lifestyle, because I love his channel anyway, but he mentioned that he had encountered the same thing as me, with his declorinators not fully dechlorinating the water and having to treat it. So I hear you say, how did I come about that? How did I come to find this? And this is how I come to find it. I decided to visit good old Trotter's store. I will pop a link in the description below and get myself, it's a lovely little stamp that. I don't think it's personally for me. I think everybody gets it. I'm not special treatment here. It's the same letter as I got before, same copy and paste letter, which really was helpful that I read in one of my previous videos. That's it. If you want to freeze frame it and read it, I don't know. But it's a lovely letter from a small business that actually care. And I trust these little tablets, these DPD04s, I think they're called. This is a new batch that I've bought. As chance had it, I had some left over. They're the new ones. That's a new batch. So if you want to pop over to Trotter's store on eBay and get yourself some DPD tablets, I would recommend to do so. But what happened with me is I took a scoop of the water out, 10 mil, put it on the side, and last time when I tested the water in previous videos that you can go through the history and see, there was zero pink. And apparently this pink faint tint happens like gradually and slightly, but when I crushed the first one and put it in with the pond water, the water in the vessel went immediately pink, and quite a dark pink. Not a light tint of pink, it went dark pink. I was like, oh, that's the problem. I've got chlorine. Despite the free stage dechlorinator, I've got chlorine evidently in my pond. I tested what was coming out of the free stage dechlorinator, and here's where I was presumptuous. I tested it and it went pink again. I was like, oh, you piece of whatever, you aren't working right. So then I went and bought a big 12-inch Aquasource dechlorinator there, carbon dechlorinator, which is tried, tested, used by millions of people, or well, thousands of people, and is a sworn by bit of kit that you can definitely rely on. But even that, it didn't go quite as pink when I tested it directly coming out of it. It still had traces of pink. But what did I do to get my water safe? Well, I'll tell you what I did. I know you can make a homemade dechlorinator for the mass amount of water that's in there. So you can dechlorinate your pond using sodium thiosulfate. There is a method. You are best Googling it or watching somebody else's YouTube video like I did. When I did that to the water, the fish improved massively, and the water had now become safe for the koi to enjoy, and the koi's behaviour had got a lot better and blossomed a lot more. So I'm happy to say that after all that and going through all that, I'm now at a stage where, thanks to sodium thiosulfate, that I was managed to dechlorinate my entire pond super easy, super effectively, and super cheaply, to be honest. So I would always have a bag of sodium thiosulfate. I'll drop that in the link below. I've actually done some Amazon influencer reviews on products that I do use in my life that I've popped on this. So if you want to visit my Amazon page and see the products that I've used, I tried to do it in a true Koi Fish Johnny classic way of a bit of humour in some videos, but they are genuinely the stuff that I use in and about and around my house, especially a gin. And there's also a wish list there. No one's bought me a bloody thing off it, and I don't blame you, but if someone does, I bloody love you forever. But anyway, back to the point at hand. I'm sort of left in a bit of a pickle here. I don't know what's happened to the water. I don't know what to use additionally to my dechlorinator. I'm now doubling them up. So what I'm having is it's dropping down into the 12-inch. Don't know why. that measurement just gets laughed at all the time, doesn't it? And then it goes up and then out of the 3 stages and into the pond. Because I've got a mass of water, only a few litres going in, so like a percentage change of like a maximum of 5% at a time, I'm not overly worried, because apparently a lot of it will gas off and bounce around and get rid of. And also I've got that option because I've actually made the dechlorinator that will effectively take the chlorine and chloramide straight out. So I'm in a great position, or I'm in a great position to fight back if anything does happen, and be aware that the enemy's coming, the chlorine and chloramide, and I've got my artillery there ready to fight them back. But what would be amazing is if we could understand exactly what's happened and exactly how we can dechlorinate the water a little bit better. Do you know what I mean? So we don't have to be ready to fight all the time, testing all the time. We can just get back to trusting our equipment that's on the side, the carbon dechlorinator and the 3-stage dechlorinator, and make it safe for our koi. But I don't know too much about this. I really don't. I just know about the effects, and seeing the effects on my fish, losing my fish, being over confused by what was happening to my koi, all these types of things that has happened recently has really sent my melon sideways. My theory on it is that I did lose the white platinum ogon, and I'd love some comments in the comment section about what you believe it could be. Some fantastic comments out there about whether the platinum ogon was more susceptible. That's why he died in the first place, because don't forget, he didn't have any marks on him. He was beautiful, he was pristine, not a mark on him. So was he affected first? I think it was a reason for the Shuro popping over, and I think it was a reason for why my fish shown signs of declining behaviour. But I had a comment recently, an intriguing comment, and it said, and I've had a few of these types of comments on my page because everybody has got an alternative perspective, and I respect everyone's independent, different way of doing things. Everyone does things differently, even when it comes to humping. Different people, different styles, same end products, we hope for. A bit deep, but you can understand what I mean. We get the job done, sort of. But what I'm saying is everybody's got a different way to do things, okay? And nothing is definitively 100% the right way, okay? But one of the things that I've been thinking about recently, and I'm going to do the next video on this, is I'm adapting the way that I treat my pond now. I'm actually, one of the comments that I'm going to reveal now is I need to stop namby-pambying, babying my koi, and basically overlooking after the koi, therefore not allowing them to build up an immune system. That sort of gives a lot of it away. But I'm going to explain my decision making and why I came to do this and how I came to make this decision. All right, it may backfire, but I'm adapting through my koi keeping hobby in the best way that I can to hopefully have the best results. And so far, since making these adaptations, my koi pond has been a lot better. Obviously, it looks a little bit like there's no koi in there at the minute. There's my kaku, right? So as I mentioned it, now they're all coming into shot. You can see there, that kaku. I want to do an episode just on the kaku. You know, remember when he had the paint drip side? And we're hoping to get it into a 2-step. Favourite dance ever, dad dance. Trying to get into a 2-step. It looks like it's coming true. In fact, can you just, Kaku, can you wiggle back across? I think this episode will be enlightening, interesting. I think the chloramide issue, if you can drop a comment below, yes, I've struggled in my koi pond with the chlorine and chloramide. I saw effects from chlorine, chloramide in my pond recently. My dechlorinator hasn't worked. My dechlorinator's working, because then I might end up going to odds adding a 3rd dechlorinator in to make sure that this environment is safe for my koi. Also, I've spoken to David Boy at UK Nishigoi, and I'm going to be going down because I'm back in the hobby. I'm not happy with just having 4 koi in there. I'm going to pop down and pick up a couple of newbies, get them in there, because having a massive pond like this and just having like a couple of koi rolling around, which it appears that they're all on this side, being camera shy at the minute, I'm really looking forward to it. I'm really looking forward to going down. In fact, I may make it a family affair and take the little buggers down there and see if they can pick their own koi. That'd be interesting, wouldn't it? Hopefully, this episode may have shone some light on what I am experiencing and how you may be experiencing it as well, because I know the main man, Andy at Koi Pond Lifestyle, because I've just watched his video, which I may copy and paste and put in below if I can, if YouTube lets me. He has spoken about how his dechlorinating system wasn't working, about how he had to use the exact same method that I used. I was sat there watching his video on my chair. I was like, that's me. I'm that. Oh yeah, that's yes. And I believe that you might be too. And if you are, drop a comment. Let's see what's happening. Let's see if there's any insight or information that you can offer to help us understand how we can become better koi keepers. And that's what we're trying to do, baby. This is Koi Fish Johnny, over and out.